Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. We're talking about hotels today, just loosely. And the reason why we are talking about hotels in this reading is that apparently Madame, or Lolo, as the Nigerians called her, Lolo might be going solo down under. This story has been going around in the past 24 hours, or maybe even longer, that Meghan is contemplating a solo tour to Australia to promote her Netflix show, With Love, Meghan, because she can't promote it in the UK. Frightened of going to the UK, I should imagine. And Women's Day magazine, which I have to say immediately is not known for its investigative journalism, but Women's Day magazine tells us that Harry and Meghan's 2018 tour to Australia was a huge success, and they've been buoyed by the lukewarm reaction to King Charles's recent visit. And apparently, according to Women's Day magazine, Meghan has already booked herself into the Hyatt, I assume the one in Sydney, and will be there by the end of the month. So this isn't on the 3rd of March or the 4th of March when this thing streams. This is the end of January that this delight is promised to us. Meghan contemplating going to Australia, hotel booked, and already, because of course the Australians just adore her. 2018 tour was such a success, and all that banana bread, all that tea, all that stuff for the governor's wife, such a success that she's going back. Rebel Heart Tarot Rebel Tour to Australia. Really? We're going to have a look, and we're going to ask the Parkle's view of that tour in 2018 when she had her first pregnancy, and then how Australians felt about that first tour. Did they think it was a huge success? Then we're going to ask how the Parkles viewed the King and Queen's tour of Australia and various other places last year, the shortened tour that they did, that is described as a lukewarm reception. Then we're going to ask, so was it a lukewarm reception, or was it received well by Australians? We're going to ask about her intentions. Does she really, is she really planning to go, and who would pay for this if she did decide to go, and her views of actually promoting her show in the UK, and how would the British people respond to her if she dared to stick one of those hooves in the UK. I was going to stick a toe in the UK, but oh my, those toes. And we'll ask finally, will she really be going to Australia, and how will her reception be if she does go to promote her tour there in the country that she seems to think just loves her so very much. Ace of Cups in reverse showing itself, which I think is interesting. I think we're going to shuffle that one back in, and we're good to go. And let's remind you that this is just tarot, and it's for fun and entertainment, and it is all speculation and all my opinion. And of course, I just read energy here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. Who knew that 2025 would offer so much intrigue when it comes to Harry and Meghan, and so early on in the year? And my goodness, it's all happening, allegedly. Let's see where we are with these cards. The Rebel, I've got millions of them on the tarot table. I think I've got another row to get through. Yeah, I think that's where we are. Very pink, very bright. I'm getting a bit of a headache. There you go, that's her strength card. Leo card, major arcana for Leo, a show of strength. Go on tour. Everybody loves me in Australia. They loved me more than the other royals. I was just Diana too in Australia, and the other royals got terribly jealous of me. And so they were so nasty to me. They bullied me out of the royal family because they couldn't cope with how popular I was in Australia. It was that banana bread that did it. Clearly, there she is. Very confident. As I say, a show of strength. And a solo trip there with that particular strength card. Usually it has the lion and the woman sort of taming the lion, because it is about self-mastery, the strength card, actually, although we hardly ever mention that fact on this channel, because self-mastery, Megan. Let's see, situation. So that's the underlying energy and the situation. Ooh, the Four of Swords, defeat. In fact, the need to go within, to hide, to slink away, and lick your wounds and meditate and pray and contemplate your failed ventures. She shouldn't be going to Australia in that energy. And if I was advising her as her royal tarot reader, I would say, stay at home, love, and don't show your face for the next 7 years. But I'm not advising her as her royal tarot reader, her ex-royal tarot reader. So let's see, 2018, the Parkles, how did they think that tour went down? Knight of Pentacles has been very pleased with himself. That is Earth Sign Prince, Virgo Prince, Prince Harry, Knight of Pentacles, popular prince. He was doing his duty. He was doing what he knew how to do. He was on his path, very solid, very stable, very confident. You can see the swagger in that Knight of Pentacles. Not often you see a Knight of Pentacles in tarot that has such a swagger. But yeah, there he is touring, very popular, very confident, because he's doing what he knows. He's doing what he's good at. He's got all the status of the royal family around him and all the machinery of the royal family around him. It's interesting she's not in that card, but it certainly, he thought it was a brilliant success. How did the Australians feel about it? It was early days, of course, in the whole Parkle experience. Well done, I have to say. Well done. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Disgrace. Disgrace to the Queen. The Queen of Pentacles, of course, was still around in those days, Queen Elizabeth II, who was an earth sign queen. Pentacles, Queens in reverse. They felt that it really tarnished the name of the late Queen, the monarchy. Interesting. So, the King and Queen's tour last year, 2024, their shortened tour that they managed to do, and Harry and Meghan's view of that, that was described, that they were buoyed by the lukewarm reaction to that visit. How lovely of them, don't you think? What a charming pair. Wheel of Fortune, we're looking at Harry and Meghan's perspective, not, the king himself. So Harry and Meghan thought of this as Wheel of Fortune, or she at least saw it as Wheel of Fortune, an opportunity, a chance, good luck. Who would have thought that their own chances could be so improved by this lukewarm reception for the King and Queen in Australia? Definitely pleased. Definitely seeing an opportunity for their own advancement, shall we say even their own elevation. Wheel of Fortune. How did the Australians see that tour? Got mixed signals when I read on it. And so let's see what the cards want to tell us now. King of Swords, yeah, okay. It was a strong showing by the King. The King of Swords is very intelligent, very direct, very strong, and a very mentally strong, resilient, and of course been through it physically, but he managed to push through it, and he did show strength and courage and that inner steel that we might not have suspected he had at certain times. But yeah, he showed up, and he showed up very regal, very strong, very controlled, very authoritative. They admired that about him. Might not have loved him, but they would have looked at that and then said, yeah, he's strong, he's tough, he's resilient, and he's determined to achieve whatever it is he wants to achieve as monarch. That's interesting, because we've got the late Queen there and we've got the now King here. In the energy that I'm asking to read of Australian people's response. So let's get to Megan now. Is she really contemplating a tour to Australia to the extent that she's booked the fancy suite at the Hyatt? I've got the Three of Wands. I think she is. The Three of Wands is looking out, expanding. It's very expansive energy. It's expectation, it's optimism. It's looking abroad for bounty, for chance to expand and grow. I think there is actual confirmation in the Three of Wands for me that this is definitely something that she's considering. Made a big mess in the UK. Well, we'll get to the UK in the next column. US doesn't want to know anything about her. Ah, well, yes, we were so popular in 2018 in Australia that we had to be bullied out of the British royal family because they couldn't deal. They were so jealous of us. We showed the rest of them up so much. Don't be upset, I'm just being snarky. Three of Wands, waiting, optimistic, expecting good things to come from the ships that are out there. Oh dear. So who would back this? Who would pay? Who would think this was a good idea? And off you go. And we got the Seven of Swords, and it's in reverse. And it's giving me it's giving me a bit of a chill here, actually. I don't like that card. We're going to put it away because I know that YouTube isn't going to like that card at all. The Seven of Swords is shadiness. It's giving me vibes when I look at it of near catastrophic car chase for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why that energy is coming up so strongly. But the Seven of Swords is in reverse, where you tend to get caught out for things. So there might be some scheme underway here to make this happen. Somebody somewhere along the line, she might have some kind of arrangement with someone to make this happen. It might be someone a bit shady. I'm speculating. I'm not accusing her of doing anything untoward. We're in tarot, the realm of tarot here for fun and entertainment. But if the Seven of Swords in reverse is anything to go by, it means that whatever she's cooking up might not sit well if it ever gets found out. If those journalists at Women's Day magazine actually do their work and find out who's paying, who's backing her, they might not like what they see. That is my personal speculation. As I say, we're in the realm of tarot here, where speculation is an everyday pastime. So let's look at the UK now. Her feelings about going to the UK to promote With Love, Megan. Ten of Wands. Oh no, heavy burden. It's interesting, we have toilet paper there and sort of black bags, and no, she knows she's done there. There's no hope ever of going back. However desperate she might be to sidle back into half in, half out with the royals and do the odd balcony appearance and get some of that nice money from the Duchy of Cornwall, she realizes, Ten of Wands, that it's over. It's completion energy. Tens are the end. Ten of Wands, terrible burden. They're packing up and they're going in the Ten of Wands. The crowd that received her so joyfully when she married the has-been, that sunny day in May in Windsor, that crowd has packed up and gone. There would be nobody there who would be willing to interview her, to watch anything she did, to line the streets, if she managed to get some nice blue lights flashing and outriders and all that kind of a stuff, or if she got on the balcony, they might actually lob a roll of toilet paper over that black gate at Buckingham Palace. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from the Ten of Wands, and I'm by no means encouraging such random acts of violence or hooliganism or whatever you want to call it. You know what happens if you do such things in UK now. You go to prison. So, Ten of Wands, that's it. How do the British people feel about her? If she didn't show up, hypothetically, how would they respond? I think we've got an inkling in that Ten of Wands. Page of Wands. I'm getting a funny image here, which if the Page of Wands would never normally convey, but we use, well, I use, you don't, I use these novelty tarot decks because they give me different information than I would get from just plain old Rider-Waite tarot. Page of Wands, in that scholarly guise, is giving me those vandals and Huns who are constantly attacking works of art and statues and stuff, that just stop oil lot. That's the kind of a vibe that I'm getting from that Page of Wands. Page of Wands, she would be in danger, I think, of those kinds of spontaneous, oh, we don't like you, so we're all going to boo when you go past, or just, again, I don't want to encourage things. So we'll go back to the toilet roll there, the loo roll, and we'll have that kind of image of people would respond to it in that kind of a way. Not normal energy that I would get from Page of Wands. I'm getting that because this is what it's conjuring up for me. Like this card, the Seven of Swords, is conjuring up the near catastrophic car chase. There's something in there that I can't quite unpick at this point. It might reveal itself by the end of the month if she is installed in the fancy suite at the Hyatt in Sydney, and she's ready to take Australia by storm. Let's see, is she really on her way down under? Two of Swords, she's thinking about it. She hasn't decided yet. That's very her energy, and she is at this decision point. That's what the Two of Swords represents. Should I stay or should I go? Hasn't quite decided. They might have made one of those bookings on booking.com where you can cancel at the last minute and cost the hotel a fortune because nobody else books. I'm being snarky. She would never think that she would do such a thing. She hasn't decided. But it is in the energy potential. So our final card, hypothetically speaking, if she did decide to go, bearing in mind the rapturous reception they got in 2018, I'm being snarky, how would she be received if she were to go as her royal tarot reader? Not well. Page of Swords in reverse. Worse by far than she would be received in England, because that little Page of Wands, even though it gives me this energy of those sort of student protesters, it's upright, it's not terrible. She would be safer in the UK because they're more restrained by and large. The Australians would not be so restrained. They would be heckling. Page of Swords is a sparring kind of energy, verbal sparring, criticism. There would be mockery, I should imagine, with that Page of Swords, the way it's dressed up there, and it's in reverse. So there would be quite a lot of hostility towards her, and a lot of it would be expressed, say, on news channels that wouldn't mince their words, or commentators, social commentators, or people writing nasty things on the Daily Mail or whatever, because the Daily Mail seems to have become the global newspaper now. That's why I mentioned the Daily Mail, but local newspapers will get a lot of negativity, criticism, and rumour and gossip. It's a rumour and gossip card, the Page of Swords as well. So there might be things that people say. For instance, staff at a hotel might not stick to their NDAs and let things slip via these kinds of commentators. So we might find out stuff, Seven of Swords in reverse, that we wouldn't find out if she went to the UK. And I find that quite interesting. But no, she wouldn't be well received, in my opinion. That's your reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.